Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video, and we have ourselves another doozy today. 2K with the Season 7 special offers have now updated their special offer system, as I 100% knew they would. They are now just shifting to selling Dark Matters individually in the pack market for VC, and this is going to be the system. It's just, it is what it is, and we have to be aware that this is the system. This is not at this point new. This is what is. They're going to continue to milk every single last drop of money that they can out of their consumers. And if we as a community allow it and accept it, that's our own fault. But unsellable Dark Matter Vortex Scottie Pippen here for 75,000 VC. Also OPAL GIANNIS for 35,000 VC. Both, I would say, very big names. Both very good cards. Both very desirable cards. I think as a whole, this is the type of thing where I think a lot of people are going to be enticed to buy one or both of these cards. I think people are going to see 20 bucks ish for a Dark Matter Scottie Pippen, a guaranteed 6'8" really good shooting guard, and they're gonna be like, oh, that's an elite option. Now, do I need that Scottie Pippen card? No. Is he slightly better than Jason Tatum? I think you could make the argument, but I certainly don't need the card. I certainly wouldn't be buying him even if I did, reasonably. Personally, I'm not spending my money on this game anymore, and I'm not supporting their gambling systems whatsoever. But I do think, I mean, the value is not, I don't know. That's not totally true. The value for what it is compared to what 2K generally offers for their value is pretty good based on what you would generally get for putting $20 into 2K, right? At the same time, we should not have to have the only way to get this Scottie Pippen card be to spend $25 or 20 bucks on VC or whatever to get him. And then, by the way, he's gone in 4 days and he's only attainable for a shorter period of time by spending our money. Like, that, at the end of the day, is not a system that we should be okay with. And if we as a community support it by spending our money to buy this card, then it's going to continue to encourage this type of thing to happen in the future. And at the end of the day, I think that's what we're all trying to avoid, at least what I'm trying to avoid, which is why I continue to encourage people not to buy these types of special offers. So, in theory, in a vacuum, is the value horrible? No, not really. But does it really matter? In my personal opinion, also not really. I feel like this should be, it's more at this point, it's not as much a conversation about the value of what you're getting or whether or not you have the money to spend. It's whether or not you should be spending your money supporting a company that has these types of predatory business practices. And if this is the best it gets, which at this point, this kind of does seem to be the best it gets at this point. When it comes to trying to get cards that you really, really want, the only way to get them, the best way, winds up being this most of the time, because generally they gatekeep the most desirable cards from everything, even from being bought with VC. It took them months to start dropping good opals that people really wanted for VC, let alone now they're just starting to move on to Dark Matters. They're not going to be putting, I mean, Dark Matter Kristaps Porzingis or Victor Wembanyama in here to be bought for 75,000 VC, I don't think. And if they do, it'll be toward the end of Season 6 by the time those cards are more and more, well, by a week, becoming outdated. Like, they wait until these cards are becoming more and more outdated to release them, to just try to milk as much money as possible as they can. All this is. It's just greed. And it's the, like, pervasive dominating thing of this entire game right now, which is really unfortunate, but it also is what it is. So it's important of us to be aware of it and to not give into it. You know what I mean? I know people want this card. I know there are people watching this video who would love to have this Scottie Pippen card. Me personally, I would encourage y'all and I would ask y'all to not buy him. At the end of the day, people can do what they want with their own money. But, like, it's more than just, do I have the money? Can I afford to spend 20 bucks to get this card? It's more than that at this point. And I used to have no problem with this. This is the type of thing that back in the day I would have had no issue with, especially if, let's say, Scottie Pippen was in the player market right now, and he was 125,000 VC, which is equivalent to somewhere around 260 or 70,000 MT. Let's say he's that much right now. They discount him in the pack market for 50 or 75,000 VC. I'd be like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd spend my money personally on it, but I wouldn't be mad. They're dropping a card who's already available at a discount for people out there who want to get him. They've done discounted stuff in the past like this in the player market and with VC. And at the end of the day, I may not spend my money on it personally, but I don't have a huge issue with it. What I have a huge issue with it is when this is the best case scenario, is gate kept behind money type stuff. And yes, what this probably means, to be fair, is that we will likely see a free, or at least we better see a free a buyable with MT dark matter on Thursday from that special offer, because we will be getting an MT special offers on Thursday, and fingers crossed we get a good buyable dark matter. And maybe if they do dark matter and galaxy opal, they add a good galaxy opal too, even though most of the opals are becoming more and more outdated by the week. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. You know what I really expect? I expect that they're going to put the dark matters that people don't really care about in here. You're going to be able to buy dark matter Nick Young, or dark matter Derrick Rose, or a variety of other dark matters that are not particularly exciting are going to be the ones that they're putting in there that can be bought with MT. And then the ones that you want are going to be all get behind VC again. And it's just, it gets exhausting because it's so greedy. Because it'd be nice if dark matter Paul George, you know what I mean? Dark matter Tim Thomas. Drop the ones people want. Wemby, KP. The guys that are really, really desired by a lot of people in this community. Make those guys attainable, and make them attainable with MT. And this game would be in such a better state. I think there are ways to balance the need to make revenue as a company with accessibility of cards. And I think, honestly, Madden's done a pretty okay job of it this year. Like, MUT is still too expensive, I think, but I think they've done a better job of it this year than 2K has by far, and it's just really frustrating going into this week after week with 2K and knowing that there's not going to be any change, and just seeing this short-sighted, stupid, realistically just stupid business strategy be their long-term strategy. And I don't know if it's because they made the game free to play on mobile and that was their excuse. Oh, it's free to play now, so we're just going to microtransaction the crap out of it, even worse than we ever have, because now it's a mobile game. And I think that might be their mentality. It's accessing, they have access to a new market that they didn't previously have there, and think they can squeeze it for all it's worth for even more money. And like, that truly makes you wonder at the end of the year, what is my team going to look like next year? Is it going to be a separate free-to-play add-on to 2K? Is it even going to exist in the form that it is? Are they going to rebrand the mode entirely? Like, what is going to happen with this? And honestly, I don't really know. But stuff like this disappoints me. And it disappoints me more when it just continues to happen and you see it escalating and continuing and progressing. We've gone from pink to opals to now dark matters. And eventually, my guess is they're going to be dropping 100 overalls that are buyable and GOAT cards that are buyable maybe and all that type of stuff. They're milking everything they can for every single last drop of money. And it's just really unfortunate to see, because it continues to destroy this community, and that is honestly a real shame. And that, I think, is at the end of the day is the thing that really disappoints me the most. So again, my #1 recommendation: do not buy this. Do not spend money on your game, and do not support this, even if it is in your mind a decent deal for a card you want. I still don't think it's worth spending your money on it. Wait till Thursday and hope they maybe drop an MT buyable player that's actually worth buying. So probably won't happen, but who knows? Regardless, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.